Hey, Crate Diggers, I'm Mequilla Sunrise, and I'm participating in the Day the Music Died contest next on Vinyl Jeopardy. Happy Hippy, the vinyl guy, has a contest, and it is called The Day the Music Died. And I am actually not entering the contest, but I did want to participate because I think it's a good topic. And it is to talk about three artists who influenced you or had impact in the day that they died and how that affected you. So, everybody knows that I am totally into Prince, so I'm not going to talk about the day that Prince died because I already did a video about that in great detail. So, I'll put that in the description or above in notes wherever it goes. So, the first person that I want to talk about is from April 4th, 1984, and that is Marvin Gaye. I remember the day that Marvin Gaye died. This was um, so tragic and unbelievable because it happened on April the 1st. And so I remember that when it was on the news and everything, people were saying this has got to be an April Fool's joke. This can't be correct. But it was not a joke, and it was certainly not funny. Marvin Gaye died at the hands of his own father, being shot to death by his own father when they had a argument. Marvin Gaye was instrumental and um, just a huge impact on the Motown label, the Motown dynasty. I am not much of a fan of his early Motown music. I prefer the latter stuff that he did with What's Going On and this live album that I have. Oh my God. I need to find another one. It has scratches all over it. This record, as a matter of fact, I think I actually do have two. Um, I think I have a better record with. No, I do. I have two. I don't even know where this one came from. Y'all know how I roll. I have records everywhere. But anyway, this live album is amazing. I remember it being played on the radio, and you could hear the screaming in the back. People were going nuts. Marvin Gaye is just an American icon and just part of Americana, and his death was definitely a tragic loss, not only to the R&B community, but he wrote so many great songs that have been covered by a lot of different artists. Marvin Gaye, April the 1st, 1984. Another artist who was very instrumental in my childhood died December the 26th, 2010, and that is the lovely Teena Marie. Now, Teena Marie is known for being a wonderful instrumentalist as well as a vocalist. I think people mostly pay attention to her vocals, but this lady wrote some really great songs. I saw her in concert here in Las Vegas. I want to say maybe 2 or 3 years before she died, so maybe 2007, 2008. And she was um, I'm trying to remember who came first, her or Morris Day, but she was with Morris Day and with Cameo. That was my second time seeing Morris Day, my third time seeing Cameo. Don't even ask me why. But this powerhouse vocalist walked across that stage with the microphone in her hand, singing as if it was just like she was just floating through the park through the daisies, not a big deal, no crazy faces, no bending down, no bending over, no bending back. She's singing these extremely high vocals, I mean, just amazing. Playing the guitar, playing piano, and she was about to sing something, and she said, um, "Y'all play that funky bass line," and so they started playing something by Rick James, and she said, "No, no, no, the bass line I wrote." Um, I'm trying to remember what was it. Yeah, it was Behind the Groove. Behind the Groove. Woo! We were rocking that place. I mean, it was super duper. I love Teena Marie. When I was growing up, Irons in the Fire was like my favorite record. I didn't pull that one out, but I do have Irons in the Fire, and Teena Marie, just gorgeous, just talented. The world lost someone very special to the R&B community, starting out also on Motown, when we lost Teena Marie, Lady T. She just phenomenal entertainer. And the last person who I want to talk about, oh, this one is difficult to March 26th, 1995, EazyE. Eric Wright, EazyE, the founder of Ruthless Records, entrepreneur, um, visionary for NWA, and just a, a talent, and I think a mind underestimated. I loved me some NWA, and definitely Eazy E being my favorite of the group. I don't know why I was so attracted to Eazy E. He had this magnetism and this, um, I think he was hardcore, and it was not fake. It was totally coming from down in his chitlins. He was a phenomenal artist. He may have started off a little rough in the rapping category, but man, this guy, I loved his rhymes. I loved his swag. And when he died tragically of AIDS very fast, I mean, you just turned your head one day and they were saying Easy E had AIDS, and then the next day he was gone. One thing that I am very impressed with is that he did not hide it. He did not try to punk out. He came right out and told everybody publicly what he was dying of, and issued a warning to the world about sexual behavior and safety. So I was so happy and pleased with that. That is admirable on the part of Eric Wright. And so the world lost a businessman, a visionary, when we lost Easy E. So those are my three. Who are your three? I'm sure everybody can remember the times when iconic people died, or just musicians that you love or enjoy. Another one um, that I remember was Elvis. And I actually don't have any Elvis records, but I love Elvis. It's interesting to me that he did so many covers of so many different people's music always, and sometimes did a better version than they did initially. I really loved Elvis. He was he died when I was 7 years old. I do remember that, 1977, and I couldn't understand what was going on, why so many people were literally freaked out on the day that he died. Interestingly, I had watched so many Elvis movies as a kid. They would come on TV, and I loved Elvis, and it just didn't connect in my mind that the same guy who was singing was the same guy who was the actor who I was watching on TV. But nonetheless, I do remember everybody around me, all these adults, just totally falling apart because Elvis died. So I'm sure that you all in the vinyl community, as well as any of the other people who are watching, have similar stories of the days that certain people died who are iconic, who are musicians, who are rappers, who are singers, who are multi talents. And so I would love to hear who you think or who you remember the most as well. Thank you so much, Happy Hippie Vinyl Guy, for having this contest. Again, I am not entering, but I did want to participate. Thank you. I thought it was a great topic. And so I am out now. I'm Mequilla Sunrise, and this is Vinyl Jeopardy.
These are my records.